Ever feel like the sheer weight of the world just follows you right through your front door? Like the stress of the day just kind of sticks, even when you're home.
Oh, absolutely. We've all been there. That constant pressure, it's exhausting. And sometimes, yeah, the one place that should be a refuge feels just as overwhelming.
Exactly.
But what if your home could be different? What if, it could actively work for you, become a real sanctuary from all that stress?
Okay, I like the sound of that.
That's the really exciting potential we found looking through the sources you shared. We've done a pretty deep dive here, pulling insights from, well, everything from design psychology to practical well-being stuff.
And our mission with this deep dive, really zeroing in on what you brought to the table, is to pull out the most powerful, the most actionable strategies. We're not talking huge overhauls here.
No, not at all.
We're looking for those simple, maybe even subtle changes you can make right where you live. Changes that promise, real relief, real rejuvenation. Think of it like finding the blueprint for your own little peace haven.
Okay, so let's start with that fundamental connection. Your home, your stress levels, and you. It's definitely true that stress is, well, it's just part of modern life, isn't it? For most of us, anyway.
Seems unavoidable sometimes.
But when you don't have that reliable place to retreat, somewhere to actually recharge, that pressure just keeps building and building and has nowhere to go.
Right. The material we looked at makes a really strong case that our home is like way more than just four walls and a roof. It's this incredibly important base, a space that's shaped by our experiences, holds meaning for us, and crucially, it shapes us back.
Exactly. And because our home is so tied up with who we are, our daily lives, the environment inside it has this huge impact on what the sources call subjective well-being.
Which is basically just how happy and satisfied you feel overall.
Pretty much, yeah. And if your home feels chaotic or draining or stressful, it's really hard to feel genuinely well. It drags you down.
But making it peaceful isn't always straightforward. Your sources were quite upfront about the barriers people run into.
Definitely. Things like conflict in the household, maybe financial stress that just hangs in the air.
Unsafe conditions even, or feeling totally cramped and overcrowded. Lack of privacy is a big one too.
Yeah, or constant noise, technology intrusions, even just feeling isolated within your own home. All these things can turn it from a refuge into another source of stress.
And clutter, that came up again and again, didn't it?
Constantly. Clearly a major barrier. But what's powerful about the material you provided is the focus on why dealing with these things matters so much, making your home more peaceful. It's not presented as some kind of luxury.
No, it's framed as a simple, really effective strategy for managing stress. It gives you that essential, soothing place to just return, reset, recover.
And there's this really interesting point about energy. The idea that the energy and time you put into creating a peaceful home isn't just spent, it's invested.
Right. It comes back to you. Like you save mental energy, physical energy. You actually reduce stress down the line because you put that effort in up front.
So let's zero in on that clutter point you mentioned. Because, wow, the sources really dedicate some time to it. It often gets brushed off as just being messy, but the material talks about these hidden costs.
Oh, it's way more than just messy. Think about the time drain, right? Always looking for things, cleaning around piles, moving stuff just so you can, I don't know, sit down.
Totally. And the energy drain, too. That visual chaos is genuinely overwhelming. It's like a constant nagging to-do list in your peripheral vision.
Yeah. And it hits your wallet, too, buying duplicates because you can't find the original, maybe even paying for storage.
Psychologically, the impact is huge. Living surrounded by clutter can make you feel perpetually disorganized, kind of chaotic inside. As the sources point out, it genuinely takes a toll on that subjective well-being. We mentioned that overall feeling of happiness. The environment isn't passive. It's actively shaping how you feel.
And did you see that acronym, CAS? Can't have anyone over syndrome.
Yes.
That really landed for me. If you feel stressed or embarrassed about your place, you're just less likely to invite people in, aren't you?
Which is a real problem, because that social connection, that support network, it's a vital buffer against stress. So clutter isn't just about tidiness. It can actually erode your social support without you even realizing it.
Okay, here's where it got really interesting for me, that deep link the sources drew between the physical clutter outside and the mental clutter inside.
Right, the idea that less physical stuff automatically means less for your brain to process. Fewer decisions, fewer distractions vying for your attention.
They used that simple wardrobe analogy, didn't they? Declutter your closet by half. You've just cut out half the daily decisions about what to wear. It seems small, but it adds up.
And that connects to a broader point in the material about consumerism, about materialism. Studies they mentioned show this clear link between prioritizing things and having lower personal well-being, often higher stress.
It's like a cycle. We chase stuff, the stuff needs managing, and managing it becomes stressful.
Exactly. Decluttering is presented as a way to kind of step off that treadmill.
So looking at it that way, decluttering is so much more than just cleaning. It's about freeing up actual time. Less maintenance, less cleaning, and maybe more importantly, freeing up that precious mental bandwidth that was tied up managing all the stuff.
Okay, so moving beyond the visual impact of clutter, let's shift to another really powerful sensory input: color psychology. Your source has spent quite a bit of time on this.
Makes sense. Color isn't just decoration, is it? It genuinely evokes emotions, changes the whole mood of a room.
Totally. We have these innate reactions. And the key insight from the material is about being intentional, choosing colors based on the specific atmosphere you want to create in that space.
So not just picking something trendy, but thinking about the feeling.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like pink, for instance. It's discussed not just as pretty, but as evoking nurture, love, comfort. Recommended for bedrooms for its calming vibe, but can be energized for living spaces with patterns.
And blue, that's classic for calm, right?
It is. The deep build blues are linked to confidence, trust, even success, may be good for a home office. But the lighter shades, pure tranquility, perfect for bedrooms, bathrooms, places you want to unwind.
What about black? Seems intense.
It can be, but used thoughtfully, it adds sleek sophistication, especially as an accent. More broadly, it brings drama, power, mystery. Works well in modern or industrial styles, apparently. Timeless, if you do it right.
Purple feels kind of luxurious.
Yeah, the sources link it to depth, creativity, fantasy, mobility, regal charm. Suggested for dressing rooms or entrance halls for impact. Versatile, too, can feel feminine or masculine depending on the shade.
Yellow just feels happy, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Joy, optimism, energy, great for kids' rooms or anywhere you want that vibrant lift. Goldy shades are good for darker areas, makes them feel lighter, more spacious, or just use it in statement pieces.
Green feels intuitive for calm, connection to nature.
Exactly. Balance, growth, restoration. It's the most direct link to nature indoors. Recommended for kitchens, home studies, maybe that growth aspect, helps with focus. And yeah, that traditional link to money for business spaces too. So many shades: emerald, olive, lime.
Gray is everywhere these days. What's the psychology there?
Security, intelligence, solidity, but also calm, composure. It's very versatile. Depends how you use it. It can be soft and delicate or strong and confident.
And red. That feels like the opposite of calm.
It is. Described as inherently dramatic, rousing, passion, excitement, energy, action. Good for home offices or creative spaces where you want that stimulation. Apparently helps productivity. Think tomato, crimson, burgundy. Lots of intensity options.
Okay, last one, brown. Seems grounding.
Very much so. Comfort, relaxation, structure, support, stability. It's described as inviting, cozy, bringing feelings of companionship. Great for kitchens, living rooms. Pairs naturally with wood and stone, reinforcing that earthy feel.
Wow. Okay, so choosing colors is like curating the emotional vibe of your house. Powerful stuff.
Definitely. But sight is just one sense. Let's talk about smell specifically. Aromatherapy.
Right, using scents to influence how we feel.
Exactly. Aromatherapy, as the sources define it, uses natural plant extracts, usually essential oils, to promote well-being. Physical, mental, emotional. The core idea is that our sense of smell is incredibly potent, directly affecting body and mind.
And for our goal here, creating a peaceful home, the benefits mentioned seem spot on. Promoting relaxation, reducing stress and anxiety, lifting mood, even helping with sleep.
Yeah, and the material gives really practical, easy ways to use it at home. The most direct is just using essential oils themselves. Lavender, peppermint, lemon, eucalyptus were specifically suggested as good ones to start with.
And a diffuser is a good way to spread the scent, right?
Yep, easy way to get consistent scent. Or even simpler, a DIY air freshener. Just mix essential oil with water in a spray bottle. Quick fix.
Scented candles are popular too.
They are, but the source is at a good point. Look for ones made with natural stuff like soy or beeswax, and ideally scented with actual essential oils, not synthetic perfumes.
Good tip. What about just keeping things smelling fresh generally?
They mention natural odor absorbers, certain plants, baking soda, activated charcoal. Also, just using natural cleaning products like vinegar or baking soda mixes. Smells cleaner, and it's better for your indoor air quality than harsh chemicals.
Makes sense. And basic ventilation too, right? Opening windows.
Crucial. Stale air just feels heavy. So aromatherapy is presented as this kind of passive but really effective way to layer calm into your home environment.
Okay, so we've hit sight with color, smell with aromatherapy. What about sound? Another key sense.
Absolutely. Your sources discuss the impact of sound. They suggest incorporating calming sounds, maybe soft music, recordings of nature like ocean waves or rain.
Or white noise machines to block out other stuff.
Exactly, to mask those jarring external noises. The key thing seems to be intention and volume. You want a soothing background buffer, not another complex sound demanding attention. Keep it low. It's support, not the main event.
Okay. And very related to that peaceful atmosphere is bringing nature indoors.
Yes, adding indoor plants comes up explicitly. It reinforces that connection to balance, growth, restoration we talked about with the color green.
And there was research mentioned too, wasn't there, about interacting with plants reducing stress.
Yeah, suggesting it can lower both physiological and psychological stress. They specifically mentioned lower diastolic blood pressure just from being near plants. It seems clear nature indoors helps calm us down.
So more than just looking nice.
Definitely. And building on that, using other natural elements, wood, bamboo, stone in your decor, maybe fresh flowers, adds to that grounded, earthy, calming vibe. This connects really strongly to creating a Zen space.
Which focuses on?
Minimalism, neutral colors, those plants again, and soft, diffused lighting. Very calm, very uncluttered.
That leads nicely into comfort, doesn't it? The sources talked about that Danish concept, hygge.
Hygge. Pronounced hygge. Yeah, it's less about a specific look and more about a feeling. Warmth, contentment, well-being through simple pleasures, connection, often involving those natural elements.
So how does that translate into home stuff?
Really practical ways. Embracing soft textures, think cozy blankets, plush cushions, soft rugs, things that just invite you to relax and sink in.
Creating a little relaxation nook, maybe? Like a comfy chair, good lamp, soft throw.
Quintessential hygge. And soft, warm lighting is huge.
Yeah.
Lamps, candles, much more soothing than harsh overheads. It's all about ambience.
Natural elements again, simple personal decor, things that mean something to you.
Exactly. And a neutral color palette often helps. Soft whites, creams, gentle grays, creates that serene backdrop. Focusing on comfortable seating, lots of cushions, using fabrics like velvet or cotton or linen for warmth and texture. It's a multi-sensory comfort thing.
They even mentioned a water feature, like a small indoor fountain.
Yeah, for that gentle, calming sound of flowing water. Another layer of tranquility.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of the sensory stuff, but what about the underlying structure? Routines, mindset, the sources touched on that too. Feng Shui came up.
Right, the ancient Chinese art of arrangement. The idea is that the energy, the qi in your space is affected by physical things.
So taming clutter, keeping pathways clear, having houseplants, even clean windows. These things help the energy flow better.
That's the principle. Offering long-term benefits to the feeling of peace once you incorporate them.
And creating dedicated spaces for stress relief, like a reading nook or a meditation spot.
Strongly recommended. A cozy reading nook, comfy chair, soft light, maybe tucked away a bit, or a Zen meditation space, minimalist, neutral, uncluttered, soft lighting.
Having that spot ready makes it easier to actually do the relaxing thing, right?
Yeah.
Acts as a reminder.
Exactly. A physical cue and a facilitator. Makes the habit easier to stick to. The sources also briefly mentioned optimizing furniture arrangement for comfort and flow, just making the space feel easy to move through.
What about routines within the home?
Establishing a consistent relaxation routine is highlighted. Setting aside time for mindfulness, deep breathing, meditation, yoga, journaling, whatever works for you. It weaves structure and serenity into daily life at home.
Temperature came up too, surprisingly.
Yeah, maintaining a comfortable temperature, ideally 60-67 Fahrenheit, they suggested can actually improve mood and make unwinding easier. The thermostats, fans, AC, whatever, keeps it comfy.
And privacy. How do you get privacy without feeling cut off?
Smart furniture arrangement, using plants as natural screens, curtains, decorative screens, but still letting in natural light so it doesn't feel isolating.
Oh.
It's a balance.
What about when things are just busy, high energy in the house, kids running around, lots going on?
Good question. Strategies mentioned include setting boundaries around quiet times or spaces, deliberately using soft lighting or soothing scents, even if it's chaos, maybe taking a few deep breaths yourself. Having designated quiet corners or calm zones gives people little retreats.
This kind of brings us back to the clutter and mindset link, doesn't it? That behavioral activation idea.
Exactly, connecting organizing and decluttering to the therapeutic concept that taking small, achievable actions, tidying one shelf, making the bed, can directly boost your mood and give you a sense of control.
Which is huge for stress management.
Absolutely. They even brought in the wise mind concept from DBT for deciding about possessions, balancing the rational need for an item with your emotional attachment. It shows how even small physical actions in your home can kickstart positive mental shifts.
So when you pull all these threads together, the clutter, the color, scent, sound, nature, comfort, routines, mindset, creating that peaceful home sanctuary, it's really personal, isn't it?
That's the core message, really. It's not about following some rigid design rules or making it look like a magazine. It's about intentionally designing a space that makes you feel genuinely comfortable, secure, happy.
Yeah, like finding what truly resonates with you.
Maybe think about places outside your home where you naturally feel relaxed. A park bench, a quiet library corner, a friend's cozy living room. What elements are there? Can you bring some of that feeling home?
The big takeaway from all this material seems to be that these simple changes, done intentionally and personally, can make a massive difference. They can really transform your home.
From just being a place you live into a dynamic sanctuary that actively supports your well-being. Your home isn't static. You have the power to shape it into a real refuge from the world outside.
So as you're reflecting on everything we've talked about today, the clutter, the colors, the scents and sounds, nature, hig, routine, maybe just pick one small corner of your home or one single simple change we discussed.
Yeah, maybe it's finally getting that plant you wanted or trying a calming essential oil or just deciding to let go of one single item that's adding to the clutter. Take that one small step and then just notice. Reflect on how that tiny action might start to shift the energy in that space and maybe, just maybe, begin to deepen the peace within you.